Barrister, I must shoot James. I will kill James, the bastard. Barrister, after promising to marry me, after engaging me in the presence of a multitude, after dating me for 32 years, he did not marry me again. He did not show up on the day of the wedding. I must shoot James. He's a bastard. James is a bastard. I'm going to kill him.
Do you know that breach of promise to marry is actionable? Don't go and shoot someone and rot in jail for nothing. Where a man or a woman agrees to marry you and fails to fulfill that promise, and you suffer emotional distress, damage to your reputation, or financial loss, you have a right to sue for damages. You just have to show proof that there was indeed a promise to marry and you believed in that promise and acted on it. You can also call witnesses who were there during the engagement, or show proof of a wedding card, or show that preparations for the wedding had already begun.
You were not informed too? Continue.
Sister Nkechi, note that merely being in a romantic relationship is not a promise to marry. That you know his ancestors and they are calling you our wife, it does not mean that he promised to marry you. Even if you've been going to his house, living with him, cooking 5 soups and pounding yam for him and his friends, it is not a promise to marry. There must be a clear promise to marry before you can sue for damages in case of a breach of that promise to marry. You do not have to wait until your partner does not show up on the wedding day before you can sue for damages. If your partner presents himself in a manner or acts in a manner that shows that the wedding will no longer take place, then you have a right to sue for damages. Brother James, if you spend 500,000 naira on the wedding plans, you cannot now go and be asking the court for 100 million naira damages. It is not possible. The damages awarded by the court must reflect the loss suffered. Also, the court cannot grant an order for specific performance. This means that the court cannot force your fiancé to marry you. So where your partner refuses to go ahead with the marriage, you can only sue for damages. You cannot ask the court to grant an order for specific performance. That means you cannot ask the court to force your partner to get married to you. The court can also award damages against a third party who instigates a breach of promise to marry. So Brother Theophilus, you that you are moving up and down, forming relationship coach, relationship therapist, advising people up and down, no marry that girl, no marry him, na nonsense girl, na nonsense man, know that you can be sued for that. Before you go ahead to sue for a breach of promise to marry, you must note that he that comes to equity must come with clean hands. If your partner refuses to marry you because your partner found out that you were fraudulent or that you misrepresented yourself, maybe you didn't go to school and you told your partner that you went to school and you even have a master's in law and a PhD in law, meanwhile you stopped in JSS3, and your partner finds out and your partner refuses to go ahead with the marriage, you cannot now sue your partner for not going ahead with that marriage. Also, if your partner thinks that you are morally unfit and will not be a good parent and decides not to go ahead with the marriage on that basis, you cannot sue your partner for breach of promise to marry. Thank you so much for listening.